Hi, people. Got a job here for us today. Just working out. Some landscaping happening. Got a yard to rake. Maybe a bit of pruning. A bit of tree service. Small branch sticking out over here. Shouldn't be much. Got some pruners. My rake and my egg. Don't forget safeties. Gloves. Wear gloves. Don't want to cut yourself. Pick up some doo-doo. Just a random stuff flying around the neighborhood. Have to keep it clean, right? Neighbor walks by, looks at your property, and says, "Oh, what's up, man? Clean it up." That's all right. You don't want to? Look what we got. Igor Plouts. Tree service, landscaping, construction. I can do it for you if you're local. I don't travel too far. You want to keep the litter and the yard waste separate from each other. Recycling, yard waste. Recycling, yard waste. More litter. The wind just brings it. You clean, and then more. Better keep a good eye out for it. Because once we're finished the yard, we want it to look nice and clean, like we did something. One piece of litter, it's gonna look like we didn't do much. So, want to make it look presentable. Igor Plouts. Did that a bit fast. Make sure you can read that. That's right. Professional landscaping, tree service, and construction. Wind is picking up a bit. Okay. I love the elements. Covered that in our hiking tutorial there. Backpacking book. Use the rake. Do a bit of pruning, a bit of clippers. That's how they work. Don't forget your safeties. Gonna work on that bush, that shrub, right next to the bag there. Just a bit. Shouldn't need much of a cut. Not much to cut, but it sure makes the job look more square. Or round, circular. Depends on the shrub. Don't need a chalk line, don't need a string line. Just eyeball it. Just take it, cut it. I bit a tree there, and you see how I was using my line, or my arm, I mean, just to give me a rough idea of the height. But if necessary, we do keep a measuring tape if needed. So I'm not sure how well you could see it, but it was about 5 feet throughout. We did a nice trim. Pretty even, I would think. Okay, you have to make a cut as well. Make sure the camera focuses in on it. There we go. You can see that branch there. This one here. I have to use a saw for it. I think it's a bit thick. It's kind of thick for the hedge trimmers. Yeah, it's too thick. I get a saw. Depends on the size of the branch. I just use the hand saw from construction, but you can get arborist tools too. Get a chainsaw if needed. But 1/2 inch, I'm at home, so it does it just fine. You have to have rose bush there. Check these efforts out. You have to be careful with those ones. You know, it sticks on you. Really hurts if you don't have gloves on. You get cut. Might want to pay someone to do those. Make sure to have safeties. I just use the clippers. The big ones, just cut them in half. Okay. So I think it speaks for itself. If you want it to look clean, hire a professional. Or you have to do it yourself type of thing. So don't forget the bag. I'll show you what to do with it. Don't want to overfill it. You don't want to make the bag too heavy because the guy picking it up, it might break on him. You don't want to make it too light either because then you put it on the side of your property and the wind takes it and it's all over the effing neighborhood. You don't want that. And your neighbor has to come out pick it up and stuff. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So keep in mind, not too light, not too heavy. If you store it on something solid. Don't put it on the soil overnight. It gets moist and then you go to pick it up and it goes effing all over the place. Don't want that. Happens to the best of us too. But so I guess I'll put the bikes back. Not sure if anything else would be needed here. We'll go do that first. One touch we can do is the flower bed, as you can see, just the soil part. We can give it a bit of a scratch, make it look fresh, freshen it up, kind of like aerated, kind of not so deep, but just give it a darker look. Gives it a bit more of a colorful touch, I think. Ready to plant. Maybe some tulips, maybe some sunflowers. See what happens. Last year I had sunflowers going. Fed the flock. The birdies came over, working ones. Ate it. So I'm not sure what to do this year. Probably do sunflowers again. Maybe something else. Depends what the birds like. Rabbit comes by too. Plant some lettuce for him. Oh, don't need that fence. It was okay, but it's weathered. It's not really as structurally integral as it used to be. That's pretty much it. Oh, also, I have to make a proposition perhaps for the landlord because we do construction as well. Well, I do. So I'm thinking of making a retaining wall where the bed is there, just going alongside. Cost a bit, but the plastic fence was okay too. But we can do one out of stone, maybe some kind of ornamental type of facade, maybe with a capstone on top, some 45-degree angles, but make it look really sharp. Have to take some measurements though. Oh, 16 feet here. Another 7. Another 7. So 14, 16, 30 feet. About another 5, 35 feet or so. So we got 35 feet. About. We get a bit more usually, I would think, maybe 40. Probably do suggest 2 layers. Dig a hole. Maybe put some gravel. Maybe put some screen. A nice, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick wire. Just to give it a bit of sturdybility for the wall so it doesn't float on you. So you get the hole, you get the gravel, you get the screen. Maybe a bit of limestone over top, maybe. Depends. I think we're okay without the limestone. And then do one layer of just straight brick. And on top is a capstone. Maybe a third of the thickness of the brick. Brick and then capstone. So we need corners. We're gonna have probably 4 corners. One over there, one over here, one over here, maybe one over here. So we'll count on 3 for sure. 1, 2, and 1 over there. 3. So that's 6 cuts, 45. So when I go to order the capstone, they can do it on site usually. It'll save me cuts. I can get 6 capstones cut at 45. 3 left and 3 right. That way they meet into each other, the corners. So that'll save a bunch of cuts. That's 6 cuts I don't have to make. Oh, yeah. The saw is loud. It's a residential neighborhood. You have to consider the living people, even the squirrels, the birds. They mind. Igor needs to make some income, but you gotta watch the birds, man. Make the cut at the yard. Pre-measured, pre-planned. Cut. You order it, you buy it pre-cut. They do it right on site. Don't even need to buy a saw to do it. But we could have them. You just use a good old brick chisel and hammer. They used to make the stone shaping with copper. Copper tools they used. Now we have, iron. But copper is it's malleable. It's a malleable metal, so it takes less of a beating. The stone takes less of a beating from it. So you can be more precise, more careful in the detail and not damage the stone. But with just a capstone, it's just a straight top ski. We get a nice brick chisel for it. If I need to. I don't even think I need to. Make 6 cuts in the yard, good to go. Pretty much how I do it. We'll draw up a plan for the landlord maybe. See how it goes. What do you guys think? Anything else? Bikes are back. Bed is nicely aerated. Somewhat. Not really aerated, but looks like it is. The birds will appreciate it. Think of the flock, right? Early in the morning, I come out, I throw them a bit of seeds. Not too many of them come by. Got 2 cardinals coming by. I'm guessing, one male, one female. But not sure. One's bright, one not so bright. Not so bright might be a male. Might be the other way around. So I feed them. And come out and give them a handful of seeds. I know they like the worms too. So they'll appreciate the bed. The flower bed, nicely raked. They'll drive the critters out and they got some, protein. It'll be all right. Yeah. So don't forget, your local landscaping, tree services, construction if needed. Guess we can take this operation inside, more or less. Unless we can do something else. We can do a bit of cleaning, a bit of a made a bit of a mess on the patio stones here. Not sure if you can see it. It's a bit. We just get a bit of a broomage. It's not important. It's a bit of dirt, but it'll look nice. Look nice for the roommate, for the mailman, maybe. Get the broom. It's not too difficult, but it sure makes the job look a bit more smooth, more professional. Just a bit of dirt can throw everything off. You don't want to throw it off by just a bit of dirt. Put in all this effort, and you know, just some footsteps. Why didn't the guy sweep? I paid him money. Why didn't he sweep? Just a bit of sweepage. That's all I need. Now, speaking about bikes, there I was moving the bike and I was working on it yesterday, and I noticed the tire is a bit low, and it was kind of running late in the evening, and I got a bit hungry, so I could always do it tomorrow. Show you guys how to do it. It's not too difficult, but it is a bit tricky. That's why I want to show you, because some of these guys, they're new to the sport, and they buy the bike, they buy the pump, they buy the wrenches, the patches for flats, and then they don't know how to use it. They're like, well, I thought I know, but how do you put the pump on the nipple? That's the trick, to get the pump on the nipple, and then to get it to work. It could be a hassle. I went through it. I know. Went through it at the right spot. Got the flat. Got to the store. I was already on my path. I was like an hour away from home. Got to the store. Bought the pump at the store. I'm like, I want the pump. I want to do it myself. Right? He's like, okay, I'll sell you the thing. I'm like, okay. So I'll do it outside myself. He's like, okay, good luck. And then by the I'm trying to figure it out, and good thing I did, because he was there to assist me. So I'll let you see quickly just how to do it. I secured the pump to the frame. Just a regular one. Nothing too special. So it's got this thing here. Down, up, up, down. So this is what's the tricky part. What you want to do with it is you want to stick it on the nipple, and then you, while with pressure pushing it down on the nipple, you want to lift that up and then start. It's a bit tricky. It takes a bit of muscle and pressure. So if you're, a bit skimpy, it might be pretty difficult. But I exercise, so we should be okay. Let's give it a go. Here's the nipple right here. Not sure you see it. Get it a bit closer. Okay, you see that? See that right here? Yeah. So better to maybe keep it like that. Don't lose the nipple cap. Nipple cap. Put it in our pocket. Okay. Make sure it's collapsed. And stick it on here and put the lever up. Stick it on and put the lever up. And then just go at it. You just give her like 100 of them, maybe. Right? You just go at it. And then you feel the pressure. You feel it rise. And if you're not feeling the pressure go up in maybe 20, 30 pumps, then perhaps you didn't seed the pump on tight enough. But you should hear the air smoothly, gradually going in. It shouldn't take too much effort to just work the handle. Okay? Oh, it's working. I can feel the pressure over here. Over here. So it's definitely going in. About 30 of them in, maybe. About. Oh yeah. We're cooking now. Not sure if you see too well, but it's happening. So you just really get the arm going. Takes a bit of muscle. Okay. You have to give it a wiggle on its way out. The cap. Got the cap piece. Nipple cap. Kept it on my breast pocket there. Some guys, they just leave them on the ground, and I wouldn't do that. Because, you step on it, you lose it, the wind takes it off, and then you're effed. You're like, where's the nipple cap? What are you going to do? Drive without a nipple cap. That's what you're going to do. So make sure you got it in your pocket somewhere. All right, put this away. Just like that. And secure it. I secured it with some zip ties here on the side. Just like that. You see, it's good when you have a tool the right tool for the right job. Because if you're out on the road, I usually bring a patch kit. If I go on a 4 hour ride or something, I have my channel locks or something, some adjustable wrench, maybe. What else would I bring? Definitely a pump and a patch kit and spare tube. That's what it is. Might want to bring one. If you're going far from home, bring a spare tube, inner tube, and if not an inner tube, at least a patch kit. But I also find that if you do have it, you end up using it. So depends how you are. If you have it, make sure you know how to use it. At least watch a how-to video if you don't know, because that would definitely be beneficial. Because out on the road, things could get bad. Could be 3, 4 hours away from any store walking, and then what? Gone. You're sitting there waiting for someone to drive by, and they're like, "I don't want to pick up this guy. Some grown man. Maybe he's faking it. Maybe he's not stranded. Maybe he wants to ride and, you know, do something. I don't want to pick up anyone who wants to do anything." So just be careful out there. Know how to use the equipment, or perhaps don't even bring it. Just bring a cell phone, maybe. Maybe just best to bring a cell phone and call someone. But you look pretty effing pathetic if you call someone. Go for a ride. Be prepared. You know, buy the equipment, learn how to use it, have a good one. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one, perhaps.